Here we are. We look like we're live. It's good.
Oh,
Well,
yep, there we go.
well, yeah. Welcome back to the Yankee and Kiwi podcast, episode 22, live edition. And as always, I'm your host, Brett, the handsome and charismatic one, and with me, filling in for Sam Still.
I'm Diente, the one who loves to hurt myself for some reason.
Yeah. If you guys did not know, yeah, if you guys haven't been keeping up, Diente's been doing some fun stuff and making videos about Ruby.
Ugh. Well, it's not just that. Kurt to me the other day, we ended up playing Resident Evil 6 because he wanted to, and I hated every minute of it because it's such a terrible game.
I could have told you that.
Oh, I know, but I like to hurt myself, so I still played.
Yeah. This is this is a lesson, kids. So, anyway, so this episode is going to be more or less just me and Dante catching back up on things. And
Yeah,
since
it's
I've been,
been a while.
oh yeah, like about what was it, 2, 3, 4 months?
I think the last one we did was in December because we planned to do the VGA Awards one.
That's right. Oh my God. And yeah, Dante just told me. Dante told me this. I think earlier in the week that the VGAs were about the most painful thing he saw, and then he saw The Last Jedi.
Yes, this is true. The VGA awards. I really can't remember much of what was going on, but they were giving awards to movies. I thought, okay, is this the fucking VGA awards or the Academy Awards? I'm actually confused here. And yeah, there was these short films that were getting awards. I'm like, what the hell is this about? And that guy, Jeff,
Jeff
what's he on?
Keighley?
What? Yeah, he is such a plank of wood to watch. He's so boring when he speaks.
Jeff, it's Jeff Keighley.
Yeah,
I mean, like
God,
you.
he is boring. It was putting me
I
into a
don't. I
coma.
don't know if you remember this, but remember when Angry Joe went to the VGA Awards that one year, and he had that interview with Jeff Keighley.
Yeah, the interview. Yes, I remember that.
Yeah. Well, first off, not only did Joe realize he was way out of his depth, but like the like he was doing it right. Like he was basically conducting that interview from Jeff Keighley's ass.
Yep.
Yeah, like Jeff, you could tell like Jeff was looking down on the little YouTube man.
Well, to be fair, he was right. Joe was not prepared at all. He was just coming in with all guns blazing, but he hadn't got his facts right.
Oh, but well, Jeff didn't either. I mean, like, remember when he asked him about a Final Fantasy MMO being released, and Jeff said, "Not this year," even though one had been released that year a few months prior.
That's true. That's true.
Now, Joe more or less had an excuse for that. I mean, like he's a YouTube guy. No one was expecting him to be an expert.
No.
Jeff Keighley should have been able to know that.
Yeah. Mind you, Final Fantasy 14, it had a lot of changes because it was the beta and then they redid some of it. And because apparently the first version was a complete disaster.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a whole different topic. I'm not too sure. But yeah, VGA Awards, I'm never watching them again. It was horrible.
No, I haven't even. That's probably more times than you're gonna rewatch The Last Jedi. To be fair.
Oh, God. Well, that's a fucking whole different story. Have you actually seen that yet?
No, and I do not plan to, and everyone has told me it is as bad as the reviews make it sound.
They completely turned everything upside down, and nothing that happened in the prequels and original trilogy matter pretty much. Anakin's a nobody. He's just a guy who got lucky. He wasn't the chosen one or anything. There's nothing special about Luke. There's nothing special about Leia, other than she can apparently bring herself back to life and fly through space, much like they fucking did in Batman versus Superman with Doomsday when he got hit by the nuclear missile. It was that scene exactly.
No way. Oh my God. No,
Yes.
no, no. And also, how are they going to work around that with Carrie Fisher being dead?
I don't know. Oh, this is going to really tickle your fancy, and I mean that in a bad way. The next character that they want to bring in for the female strong lead is Myra Jade.
No!
I know.
No! 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 Mara
They're not
J
going to
was
make.
Mara J was cool.
I know.
They're
They're
gonna
never going to
ruin
make that
it.
work.
They're gonna ruin her.
Yep. Oh, I know. Because they want. Apparently, the rumor is Myra Jade and Luke are going to be Ray's parents. So, yeah, have fun with that.
This is so fucking stupid.
Yeah,
You know what?
Myra Jade's not going to
You know
work.
what? This even kind of invalidates their whole decision to wipe the expanded universe from the canon anyway, because if they're just gonna bring them in, bring characters in from the expanded universe, what was the point of getting rid of it in the first place? You could have just used it. You had basically 3 movies ready to go with the Thrawn trilogy.
Pretty much.
And it's every bit better than the Force Awakens and the Last Jedi. It's
I agree with you
miles
there.
better.
Well, here's the fucking thing. You know, you got this solo movie that's coming out
which is
next
which
month.
I have no desire to go see.
Oh, neither do I. But here's the thing: it's going to be a trilogy, and there's talks that it's going to reboot parts of the Star Wars movie. So you know what they're going to do a complete remake of next, aren't you?
No, no,
New
no,
Hope.
no, 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 not next, not New Hope. No, come on, are they leaving anything alone?
Nope, it's just Disney. And I mean, the only reason the Marvel movies hold up is because Marvel Studios themselves have the creative control. Disney's just the one funding it. But when it comes to Star Wars, Disney's got the chokehold on it.
You're not kidding. You are not kidding, man. I don't know if you've seen this before. I'm gonna pull it up for you. This is a Red Letter Media clip. You're gonna like the title of this clip. Let Diente.
Okay.
Now, what does that say, Diente?
Where am I looking?
Discord. You're in Discord.
Wait, there we go. Star Wars isn't special anymore. No, it's not.
Star Wars isn't special anymore. That clip, that one clip, says it lays out everything wrong with Star Wars nowadays.
Yep.
Lazy.
5 simple words.
Yeah, that entire clip puts everything in perspective. Just shows you how everything that used to be good about Star Wars is gone.
Yeah. And the thing is, they just keep making it worse because also in episode 9, this is confirmed they're bringing Yoda back, and he's going to be impressed by how well Ray's training is going. It's like she didn't do any fucking training. She could do everything from the get go, and this is Yoda, who was critical of every Jedi, including Obi-Wan
and Luke
and Anakin.
This is.
And
It
he's
only makes
gonna
you wonder: did these
Rey.
people even see the old movies, or
Well,
they,
apparently,
or is it all about the almighty Yoderus?
well, obviously they haven't fucking seen any of the old Star Wars movies because Princess Leia was never a weak female character. She was never the damsel in distress. She was always cool-headed. She was always, a fighter. She was never a weak female character. Not even in A New Hope when she was captured. She's the one who kept a level head and got them out of trouble.
Yeah.
So, and been watching it. They don't know what the hell they're talking about or what they're doing.
Exactly. They haven't. It's just like, and the thing is, if there's any karmic justice to this, it's that they're losing money with every movie. Just look at the box office returns. They are going down.
Oh
They're
yeah, I
still
know.
making money, but they are getting less and less back.
Well, they haven't made the returns on the Blu-ray for The Last Jedi yet, and that's been out, 2 or 3 weeks maybe. But they haven't got
Whatever.
any.
I think we can cut that one some slack, being as given how recent it is, but still, I mean, like if you just look at the box office returns for the theatrical releases,
Yeah.
they're on a downward trend, man.
Yeah.
Like I don't know how far they are from actually making a Star Wars movie that just tanks.
Well,
Tanks.
Solo might.
It could. It's not a. I'm not. I mean, personally, I'm not about to hold my breath, but yeah, it could.
I would love to see it tank because then they'd have to cancel the trilogy, and we don't have to worry about them remaking A New Hope in their own Disney fashion.
That's true. That would probably be a blessing in disguise, man.
Yeah, absolutely. And the guy who plays young Han Solo, he's not even that good. I mean,
Well,
apparently
here's the
he's
problem with the Han Solo movie. Do you know? Do you know where most of what makes Han comes from?
Harrison Ford.
And try as this guy might, he could be a great actor for all I know. Doesn't matter. He's not Harrison Ford. He never
No, he's
will be
not.
Harrison Ford.
No, he will not be. But yeah, I've heard stories like he was having trouble remembering lines on set. It took him ages to do the most simplest takes, and yeah, that's the guy they picked for the new Han Solo.
Eh, although my friend at work is kind of hopeful for the guy they got for Orlando. What was his name? Donald Glover, I think.
Oh, yeah, he's good though. He's a good actor.
Yeah, still though, I mean, like a lot of what makes Lando is from Billy D. Williams, and I mean, look, Donald Glover's a good actor, but he's not Billy D. Williams.
True.
Like
Well, be,
so much of what makes these characters comes from the actors who played them.
yeah,
they're irreplaceable.
I know. I mean, they're the ones that you all grew up seeing, and you know, you
But,
can't replace it.
yeah, I mean, this isn't like Doctor Who where you can always get a new actor because that's the point. Or like James Bond where he can be played by multiple actors, or same with Batman, be played by multiple actors because there's nothing really how do I put it? It's kind of hard for me to put into words why this works for characters like, say, James Bond and Batman, but not for like Han Solo.
No,
Like,
I mean the only character they've been able to get away with is Obi-Wan, and that's because Ewan McGregor was quite good in it, and it was also the younger version. So
well, yeah, I mean, like, yeah, he was like way younger than when he was at the beginning at the beginning of A New Hope.
yeah, and that yeah, so that one they got away with pretty easily. With
But
this Han Solo, he's meant to be roughly the age he was that Han Solo was in the New Hope. So
and
you
plus, I mean,
still
like,
have that image of Harrison Ford.
yeah, and still, I mean, like, hmm, even if you want to argue that like he's just playing a younger version of Han, like why do I want to see that? I mean, like I already know how the story ends. It's the same problem I had with Rogue One. The story's ultimately inconsequential, no matter how good it is on its own.
At least that one had different characters though. So
Yeah, it did, but still, I mean, like I
yeah,
only
I get what you're
saw
saying.
Rogue
Yeah.
One the one time, and I felt no need to see it again afterward.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. Oh, now here's a funny thing that Sam sent me.
All right.
Uh, where was it? apparently Todd Howard's Wikipedia page and other Bethesda games have been locked because of vandalism.
What? Okay.
Let me get. He sent me a. I know this is going to be a Kotaku article, but Goland, I apologize for that, but it's about the only source that Sam actually sent me. I'll send.
Okay.
Doesn't know what he. Give me a sec while I let this up. I'll let this open, guys. But this sounds like it's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Here we are. Todd Howard's Wikipedia page unlocks, gets trolled immediately. Fallout and Skyrim director Todd Howard has had a Wikipedia page on lockdown for quite a while. Over the last 24 hours, that lock temporarily lifted, and gamers made sure to take advantage. After being raided in the past, Todd Howard's wiki page was semi-protected. It's a status that basically locks out certain accounts from making edits, particularly anonymous ones. But overnight, that semi-protected status ended, and as you expect, the internet waited patiently to unleash a reign of terror upon his Wikipedia mentions. And I'm just gonna pull. It brings up a couple captions of Twitters that looked about it. That looked at some of the vandalism with some pics. I'm gonna take a look at them. See what we get.
Must admit, I don't go on Twitter as much as I used to. Not that I really was on it much back then either.
Yeah. No, actually, they've got some. Looking further in the article, they've actually got some. They have they have some pics of some of the code in. Like first release of Fallout is September 30th, 1997. Changed from 1997 to 1867. And which then in itself is actually pretty funny. Oh, and someone put Pits of Hell next to Mac OS, which is also funny. Another one says Todd. It's like all caps and it just goes Todd with a bunch of D's following it. It's a series of action, role-playing, and open-world fantasy video games primarily developed by Bethesda Game Studios and published by Bethesda Softworks, which I'm pretty sure is supposed to be Elder Scrolls. It says one user tried appealing the wiki mods to let the fun continue, but to no avail. Oh man, supposedly someone from the House of Representatives decided to join in on it.
What?
All I know is that it was done from a computer with an IP address of a congressman. That's all I know.
Wow. That's interesting, I suppose.
I mean, as far as trolling goes, this is good. As far as trolling goes, I mean, this is some pretty hilarious trolling. I have to give it that much.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, I'm having a hard time coming up with with a good equivalent to all this. Can you think of any like can you think of any like troll roll raid that was as funny as this?
No, not off the top of my head.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I can think of a couple ones that involve I'm pretty sure I can think of a couple ones that involve like 4chan autists, but none of the but yeah, neither me, not off the top of my head. God, I'll say this. I mean, like, even though I won't make jokes about autism, I do have a healthy respect for for like the autism support channel. Those guys, they know what they're doing, and just be thankful they don't have their guns pointed at you.
True. That is very true.
Um, something. Oh yeah, here's something else. Something else I was. It's kind of worth mentioning. Sam liked. Sam is liking this sort of. I started
Right.
watching Dad's Army.
Ah, yes.
You know Dad's Army, don't you, Dinte?
Oh, yeah. I know of that.
Yeah, and like Sam really loves that show. I mean, I tried watching it. I mean, like the jokes are pretty good. I don't know. I mean, like, so, but I'm not laughing at it as much as I did with Father Ted.
Well, yeah, Father Ted was in a league of its own.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the thing is, like, I don't find the idea of a bunch of old men doing funny things that funny.
Fair enough.
But I mean, like, or maybe it'll just take a while for it to grow on me. But like, like, what do you? I guess I might as well ask you, what do you think of Dad's Army?
I was never really a big fan of it. I kind of gave up on it. It used to be one of those shows that was on Saturday at 4:30, and yeah, it never really gave my attention. But I know Sam does love it because he talks about it a lot on Facebook.
I will say this though, it does have one of the best like put downs in TV history.
Which one
You
was that?
stu- you stupid boy. That's that's actually a pretty good line. I'll give it that much.
It's the delivery as well, which helps.
Yeah. Also, that opening theme song is actually pretty good. Ooh,
Yeah,
do
it
you
wasn't too
think
bad.
you are kidding this day? Hitler, something, 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 something. I actually looked up and found out that that opening theme song that's not a real World War II era song. It's kind of a pastiche of styles of songs from the time period. Everything else, though, that's actual music that was popular in the day.
Yeah, it sounds about right.
Yeah. Another thing to talk about is well, you heard about the new God of War?
The one on PlayStation 4, which is all the Viking stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've
Actually,
heard about that.
yeah, it seems like it's actually getting some pretty good press. I'm hearing good things about it. I never got to play God of War because up until now I had mostly Xboxes. Actually, all I had
Yeah.
was Xboxes, so I never got to play God of War.
Yeah, the God of War's always been well received, though.
Say what?
The God of Wars have always been well received.
Oh yeah they have, but yeah, but but yeah, I mean, but I am genuinely interested in maybe in getting this because I mean I will say it doesn't look like it goes as over the top as like the old ones, but I mean, it still has its moments, but it looks like it tries going for some deeper character moments than just high octane action.
True. I mean, yeah, I know his son's in them. Don't know if they're going to do like a team sort of thing where you can use him to for whatever, or if he's just going to disappear after the first couple of parts.
Probably, I don't. I think Atreus is going to fit into this. If they are making a new trilogy, he's probably going to fit into it in a big way.
True.
Because okay, Dante, how much do you care about spoilers for this?
I'm probably never going to play it, so
Well, it turns out that Atreus's mother wanted to name him Loki.
oh,
And the god that and the god who is the main antagonist for this game is Balder.
Ah, uh-huh.
So let's see. You got Kratos who spent and then the last three games just killing god after god, and then you got Balder. How do you think that ended?
Not too well.
It ends with Kratos snapping Balder's neck.
As he does.
Yep. So and there's the ending seems to imply that Kratos is going to trade blows with another thunder god.
Thor.
Yup.
Oh. So is he just going to kill all the fucking Viking gods for this next trilogy, and then a few years down the track they'll find some other gods to kill off?
Maybe, or at least he's just going to kill the Aesir gods. Because you don't know if you know this, but like there's two sets of gods in Norse mythology. There's the Aesir and the Vanir.
Yeah, that's true. Well, then
And
you got two fucking trilogies there.
no, well the thing is, I think the Aesir and the Vanir they were enemies.
Yeah, well, they
Kind of
kind
like
of
how
did that.
the Olympians and the Titans were.
Yeah, I was about to say that they did that in the last God of War, and Kratos ended up going after all of them anyway. So
That is true. That is true. Actually, here's something that I noticed going through a lot of old Greek myths.
what's that?
Gods are massive pricks.
Yeah. Well, gods are massive pricks in most cultures if you actually look at what they did. Not all of them, but most of them.
Yeah, but just something about like how the gods in Greek mythology, like they have this sort of gods in Greek mythology, they seem to really like manipulating mortals a lot. Like using them for their amusement.
True.
Like that comes up like just look at what what Hera did to Hercules. Like she drives him insane, makes him kill his whole family, and then he's forced to do all those labors to find some kind of redemption.
Yep.
And but it's just full of gods just interfering with people's lives and manipulating them and just do just using them like playthings.
But the God's will must be done, etc., etc.
Yeah, whereas in Norse mythology, I don't claim to be an expert on this, but it doesn't seem the gods in there like they come off maybe a little bit more aloof, not as involved, but they don't really seem they seem to have they seem to be more concerned with mortals. Although actually, if I think about it, like mortals don't really figure into the Norse mythology very much because I mean like in most Thor like most of Thor's stories, like he's off going to fight giants.
Yeah.
Now you get into Celtic mythology where shit just gets all kinds of weird. Weird like
Like
just
the fish story.
oh yeah, that's just one of them. But yeah, it's just that's just one of them. There's also like one between like how the Morrigan and the Dagda like they're constantly having sex.
Okay.
Well, the Dagda's the god of like I think he's the god of a love god or a fertility god or something, and Morrigan's a death and war goddess. So like
That makes
there was
sense.
a video I came across on YouTube that explains it a lot better than I do, but it's and also supposedly this may or may not have resulted in some children being born. Like I said, Celtic mythology gets very weird. But if you want gods that are just out that are probably unambiguously evil, you just gotta look no further than the Mayan gods.
Well, that's true. They asked for sacrifices and all kinds of crazy shit, didn't they?
Well, the eclipse is happening. Must we will sacrifice someone to get rid of the eclipse. Like
Yeah,
there is something very sadistic about those gods.
there is, and their calendar was extremely weird with blood rituals and you know end of one era is beginning of another, great sacrifice and all that. I mean,
Yeah.
that's where the whole um, 2012 prophecy creeped up.
Oh yeah, that like how the I think it was like the Mayans or the was it Mayan or Aztec?
Was a Mayan calendar.
Yeah, and it's supposedly a very accurate calendar, but it doesn't go past 2012. Well, guess what? We're already living past 2012. I remember like back then, like when people thought it meant the world was gonna end.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing: the Mayans also didn't take into account when they did their calendars a leap year. So the 2012 event would have probably happened around 2011, 2010 if it was going to happen.
Oh yeah, it's true. That's right. I forgot. They didn't account for leap years.
Yeah.
Can't believe I forgot about that. Yeah. Mm. A friend of mine told me that if there are any gods that are actually true that actually have the well-being of mortals at heart, it's like the Egyptian gods. Because I think of
Yeah. Yeah. It's just trying to think of them all.
yeah, like he did mention like Isis like provides sanctuary to people and Bastet actually protects people or something to that effect.
Hmm. Well, they built the big pyramids and, oh, that was aliens. Sorry. The aliens did the pyramids. No, that is true. The Egyptians were the most friendly of the gods, I guess.
Eh, probably. Although I could they're probably at least the ones that are probably gonna be the nicest to just to people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know much about the Japanese ones, but they kind of give off this sort of same aloofness.
Japanese gods are kind of, I don't know, I wouldn't exactly call them friendly, especially with who's Izanami, who's so angry at being sealed in the underworld. She kills 1,000 people a day, or no, was it? She either kills 500 or 1,000 people a day in Izanagi instead of letting her out. Goes, well, if you're going to be like that, I'll just create 1,500 people a day.
Oh my god. Yeah. Uh,
So it turns into a big lover's spat. Life and death is a big lover's spat to them. I mean, that's not very friendly, is it? Not for us.
no, it ain't. It is not. No, it ain't.
It's like someone should put them in a fucking timeout. Children, you don't need to bring in mortals to settle your differences.
Yeah, you're right about that. And the Chinese pantheon is like I'm not like I don't know if the Chinese really have the Chinese really have gods. Like they have all those like they have their great heroes and shit. But
Yeah.
but I don't think like they had like a proper pantheon per se.
No,
Like
because
like
now
I
I
know the
think about it, there's none that
Greeks
springs
like
to
supposedly have
mind.
the mandate of heaven or something, but it's just
Yeah. No, you're right.
you know, Chinese didn't really have gods.
They had everything that came after the gods, but yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing any I can think of off the top of my head. Natives are kind of the same way out here. Not really gods, but a lot. Although they do pray to a lot of different spirits.
Yeah, they have the guardians, which are, of course, are the totem poles. You see them on that.
Yeah, like there's a bunch of different legends about. I think like one of them talks about how Coyote creates the world by rolling up a ball of dirt or something, or Crow brings light to the world, tricks the sun to undid bring light to the world.
I'm not too caught up on the Indian mythology, I have to admit, but yeah, it sounds about right. There's no real actual gods there, just spirits that guide you.
Yeah.
Because they were mostly into their animals. They saw their animals as their spirit guides, and they
Uh,
respected them.
yeah. Yeah, I think it's kind of fair to characterize like Native Americans as sort of like having kind of an animist religion.
Yeah,
In case you guys don't know what that means, animism means that like everything has its own spirit. Like the tree has a spirit, the dirt has a spirit. There, the animals have spirits.
basically where they got the fucking idea of the spirit bomb from Dragon Ball Z. Well, they had Indians in that one.
That's true. That's true. Like one of them was guarding like Corin's pole or something.
Yeah, which, yeah, it was right at the base of it.
Yeah, that's. Oh yeah, in fact, I remember like in that when Goku got did that. That's when the first time you fought. What was his name? Tao.
Poor General Tao.
No, mercenary Tao. That was it. No, wait, I can still remember like the episode where we first introduced him. Like he gets there by kicking a pillar and riding it.
That's right. Jumps on it midair and
Like he's just standing on it too. He's just like just standing there all. He's just riding on a flying pillar that he kicked, and it's just and somehow he kicked it with enough force and accuracy to get to where he was going.
which would make him pretty damn strong.
Well, true. That is true. Also, and also he got his ass kicked by a little kid.
Yep.
Although I think Inky did give Goku like a pretty good run for his money. Like he pushed Goku pretty hard.
Yeah, that's true. And that was all that Red Ribbon saga, wasn't it?
I think it was part of it, or at least led into it.
Yeah.
Remember the Red Ribbon arc that happened like after Goku's first tournament.
Yeah, that's right. And then because after that is when it starts getting a lot darker and that once you bring in Lord Piccolo and that and he was kind of a psycho.
Oh yes, that's right. Like yeah, if I remember correctly how it went, like first it starts out with Pilaf, and then Goku goes to Roshi's to train for the World Martial Arts tournament, and then it's the Red Ribbon Army, and then he
Yep.
goes up to train with Kami.
And then there's Tien and Chao, so they come in for the second tournament.
Yes.
And then after that, it's the Piccolo, which was pretty much the final part of the original Dragon Ball, and that's where it started getting really dark.
Yeah, that because like it started with with Krillin getting killed.
Yep, and then Roshi dies at some point as well.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, man, I can't believe I forgot about that.
And I think Chaozu was, yeah, Chaozu also died, I think.
Yeah. Funny enough, I think that was like the only. That was like the. I think the only one who didn't die, and that was Yamcha.
Yeah, because his first death was in Dragon Ball Z when the Cybermen exploded.
Yeah, during when Vegeta and Nappa came.
Yep.
And from then on, Yamcha just became the punching bag.
Yeah. Even Mr. Satan wasn't as bad as him.
Which is kind of I guess the best way I can put it, which sucks for him because if we're being honest, Yamcha is a way better fighter than Mr. Satan.
Oh yeah, easily. But Mr. Satan's just more popular.
I know. Oh my! you know, uh, DBZ Abridged kind of nailed it down pretty well. Nobody fucks Yamcha but life.
Well, it's true. I mean, he lost Bulma. He
To,
pretty much got pushed to the sideline.
to Vegeta.
Yeah.
Oh oh my god! Like it just it just sucks to be Yamcha.
Yeah. Because by the time the Trunks saga came along, he was just a joke.
Hell, even oh my god, even like Krillin's has been doing better than Yamcha. Fucking Krillin.
Yeah.
It is just.
I haven't watched Super yet, so I'm not too sure if they do anything with Yamcha there, but I'm not expecting it.
Me neither. I haven't watched Super either. I don't know why I haven't gotten around to it. Just haven't made time for it. Yeah.
Apparently that's finished up now anyway, so at least all the episodes are done.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. Didn't I know that?
Yeah, it's finished up, and also it was around about the time the Japanese actress who did Bulma's voice died.
Oh yeah, that's right. Which is kind of sad.
That it is.
Yeah. And I guess which I guess we can assume means there's not going to be any more Dragon Ball because.
Well, they did have this strong policy about not replacing voice actors or voice actresses, but they seem to have mellowed out on it a little bit over the years, so maybe.
We'll probably find out later.
Yeah.
I mean, if anything, then there's like a huge demand for Dragon Ball stuff.
I'm just not sure what they're going to do with it though, because it's got to get staggering repetitive. It's Goku gets to a point.
Been getting repetitive for years. It's just people just
Yeah.
keep wanting more and more of it. It's just honestly, because like a Toriyama, he wanted to end it with the Frieza saga, but it was just so popular, people kept asking for more, and he just kept making more.
Yeah.
Honestly, if it should have ended with the Cell saga because that felt like an ending, like a genuine ending.
True.
Like after Cell, what was left for them to do? Well, apparently Super answered that question. Go fight interdimensional gods and shit.
Yeah. And how strong is a Saiyan meant to be anyway? I mean, it's getting to the point where even gods can't predict how strong Saiyans are. So Saiyans are pretty much gods at this point. They're better than gods. They're the gods of the gods.
Oh my god! I mean, like, it's just like getting. Yeah, you're right. It's getting crazy. It's like power levels are bullshit. Although I will say that I did see the Super Saiyan God movie. When Beerus first shows up at Vegeta at Bulma's birthday party, like Vegeta is sweating bullets. Like he is like I have never seen Vegeta that scared ever.
Yeah, I know.
Like he just knows, oh god, no, we have to it's Lord Beerus. Oh god, we have to keep oh my god, we need to keep him happy, otherwise he can destroy the planet. Oh, that was pretty good. Like seeing Vegeta actually afraid for one.
Makes you wonder why he's never brought up Beerus before, though, considering everything they've been through.
That is true. It's true, but then again, it's like this. It's not like Dragon Ball's really been that strong wrong with continuity anyway.
No, that's true. I mean, GT's pretty much been completely wiped off.
Nobody
canon
talks
now.
about GT. GT never happened, man.
It did happen. And I will remind people of that.
Yeah, but no one wants to remember that it happened.
Hey, if I have to remember, everyone else has to as well. I'm not suffering alone.
Yep. Dante, he likes KSC, he likes to spread misery.
Damn right. But yeah, I mean, it's just with Goku, it's like gets to a point, he's the strongest. Oh wait, there's something after, and there's something after, and there's something after. I'm pretty sure his body would implode or explode, one of the two by now.
Yeah. Yeah, true. Think. There's anything. There's anything else on my mind at the moment? It's just.
Sorry, do excuse me.
Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. I guess about the only thing else only thing related to this, unless I could come up with off the top of my head, is whether or not is no, not whether or not well, season 2 of One Punch Man, like everyone, it seems like it's a foregone conclusion coming up.
Okay.
Yeah, as far as when it, let me just, as far as when it's coming out, like I think there's a trailer set to be released in August.
Ooh, we'll get a trailer for a trailer.
Yeah, well, that's something. I mean, like, because I really liked the first season of One Punch Man, and I'm really hoping for more.
Yeah. That was only like, was it 12, 13 episodes? It was really short anyway.
Yeah, it was, but it was good. It was really good. And
Yeah.
yeah. Another anime that's worth checking out, called The Ancient Magus Bride.
The Ancient Magus Bride.
Or is it Bride of the Ancient Magus? It's one of the two. Starts out, there's this girl named Chise, and she's kind of like at the end of her rope, and she sort of sells herself off in this magical auction, and she gets,
As you do.
yeah, yes, as you do, and she ends up getting bought by this mage named Elias. And so he takes her in as his apprentice, and well, right off the bat, you can tell that Elias may or may not be human, because let me see if I can get a picture of him for you. Cool. This is what he looks like. Let's see, copy image and paste. That's what he looks like.
Okay.
Oh wait, it's tiny.
He's humanoid.
Yeah, but he's got like that. He's got that weird demon skull for a face.
Maybe
Whatever.
He's just rolled out of bed and he's having a bad morning.
Well, and I can tell you for a fact, he's not wearing a mask.
Well, you know that old expression, oh, I haven't put my face on yet. This is where it came from.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what he. But yeah, like I said, you can tell he's not human.
Yeah, he's
Well, here's but yeah, he takes Chise and just starts teaching her magic, and all that stuff. What's actually kind of interesting about it is that it's set in England, like the English countryside. Like there's a lot of stuff with dealing with the Fae and shit. Although if you do watch in the English dub, you're not gonna hear anyone even attempt an English accent at all.
There was one anime, and it was I want to say it was bad, but it wasn't bad, but it wasn't good either. I think it was Tears to Tiara or something. And they actually did some pretty good accents in that. That's the only good thing I'll say about it.
Because really, the only time I can remember an anime where they actually tried doing English accents was Black Butler, and oh boy, did they fail at it.
God, I hate that. I hate that show.
They were like, I'll give them this much. They were trying, but they couldn't do it. Like, I could probably do a better English accent, and let's just say I have it on good authority from friends who are English that it's horrible too when I do it. Like, that this is how we think this is how Americans think English people talk, bro. God, love.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's pretty horrible, man.
I
That's
know.
pretty
I know.
horrible.
But yeah, just prepare. Even though it's set in England, you're gonna hear a bunch of what are supposed to be Brits sounding like they're Americans.
Yeah. Well, I want my English people to sound and speak in Japanese. So, you know.
That's good. You know, I think about the only time I saw an anime where they did accents well was probably Cowboy Bebop.
True. Yeah. I mean, they freaking nailed everything on that one, though.
Yeah, what? Yeah, they did. Like I always tell people, if it comes to anime, like Cowboy Bebop is top shelf.
Yep.
It's like getting the best whiskey in an expensive bar. That sounds about
Yeah,
right.
I agree.
Yeah, it's top shelf. It is top shelf anime. I'd probably even put like I mean, you have to put in Akira in there too. You have to put in a bunch of Hayao Miyazaki movies in there too. You'd have to put in fuck. I'm just like there's like if you think anime that are top shelf, what comes to mind?
Well, Cowboy Bebop, as you said, that's one.
Yeah.
Wolf's Rain.
Oh yes.
Outlaw Star, I quite like.
Not against it, but
Yeah, it probably isn't top shelf, though, is it?
yeah. I mean, like I don't probably like second, like it's the shelf below top shelf.
Yeah, all right. We'll go with Zeta Gundam. We'll go with Lane.
Oh yes. Yes, and yeah, go yeah. Zeta Gundam is definitely top shelf too. Berserk is top shelf.
Oh, yes, Berserk. Can't forget Berserk.
Yeah. Oh, in fact, while we're on that, I actually found like a really good video that just that went through Guts' character and explained why he's such a good character and like what sets him apart from so many other fantasy protagonists.
Who did that video?
Let me see if I can find that.
Cool.
Because why got that was okay. That took that wrong. But yeah.
While you're doing that, I'm going to commit the ultimate taboo.
Found it.
High School of the Dead is top shelf.
Fuck you.
Right, I'll check that video out afterwards. Thanks.
Yep, but yeah, watch that. That is a really good video, and it really like nailed like without it's gonna be kind of spoilery for it, but
I'm pretty much up to date on it.
like the reason why Guts stands out so much as a protagonist compared to other fantasy protagonists is because you've had like most like Guts is alive. If you look at it, it's him having the decks stacked against him. he's all like from the moment he was born, he's basically been living in a world that's been trying to kill him,
True.
and he keeps surviving.
That he does. I mean, barely, but he still does it.
Yeah, he keeps surviving things that should be killing him, and and the th- and I think the thing that and what really makes him that besides what really makes him unique is that where like you have characters like Aragorn who have to take up a destiny that's been handed to them. Guts is actively fighting against his like he is like he is not going to let anything control him. And there's something that's kind of very Nietzschean to his character.
True. I mean, he's like as tough as nails as well. I mean, the first animated series, which they call the Golden Arc, at the end of that, his world is completely and utterly destroyed.
Yeah.
And yet he still pulls out of it and finds a way to carry on.
Yeah, and that's part of what that's part of what makes Guts such a great character is his like he's got this iron will and he will not let himself give up.
No,
Even when he's reached rock bottom, he still is going to pick himself up and keep going on. He's going to find some reason to keep going, even if he doesn't know what it is.
well, it's pretty much hatred for Griffith for a while that keeps him going.
Yeah, not unjustified, but yeah.
Oh, yeah, it was definitely justified.
But
It's such a shame that they did that first animated series in the 90s and then we got nothing into these really bad versions the last couple of years that carry on the story, but they're just almost unwatchable.
yeah, I know. It's just they're terrible just because like there's like it's not just one thing that's wrong with them. It's a lot of different things.
Yeah. You
I
can
mean,
make a fucking endless list.
doesn't help it.
No.
But even that, the writing is just like you compare it to the original anime, which was very slow and atmospheric.
Yeah.
It was a lot more contemplative, more introspective. Like this is so like this like whatever this one tries to go for more. This one goes more action, and that's not what Berserk is about.
No. No,
There's
the action's got to be a second thought for the series.
Yeah, I mean, like there's action in Berserk, sure, but it's not what what the manga primarily concerns itself with. Like
No,
the action
no.
is more in service to the story. And it was kind of something that the this was kind of a problem I think carried over from the movies.
Well, yeah, the what was it, the Golden King and all that.
The Golden Age trilogy or whatever it was. But yeah, it was as much as I liked them, it's just that the problem with those movies is that they condensed so much into three movies. It would like a lot of like a lot of stuff that was endemic to that arc was going to get lost.
Yeah, I agree.
Like if you have to see one Berserk anime, just watch the one from the '90s. It at least gets the mood right.
Definitely. And it finishes on a cliffhanger, which is a letdown, but I guess you can go on and read the manga from there, so it's not like you won't get a conclusion to the story, or it won't carry on, I should say.
Yeah, well, the only problem is how infrequently Mura keeps updating it.
Yeah, there's no end in sight, is there?
Well, I don't know. Like it seems like I did like catch the last few chapters, and it looks like they're actually finally getting Casca healed.
God, wow. That's been a long time coming.
Yeah, it has been. Oh, just the only problem with it is just how infrequently Mira updates it.
Hmm. There's another manga like that that's been going on for years, and it's had a couple of animated releases, and that's the Bio Boosted Guyver.
Really?
Yeah,
Kuiper?
Guyver's still going, and there's almost no end in sight for that one yet.
Holy shit! How long has that thing been on?
There's been the OVA, which
No, I'm talking like
copied
the.
the.
Well, I'm just talking like the franchise in general.
Yeah, I mean the OVA came out in the 80s, and that was based on the manga. So you're going back to maybe the 70s.
Dude, whoa, that is long. I mean, I thought it was impressive when I found out that fuck, what was it called? Hajime no Ippo has basically been around for as long as I've been alive. But man, Guyver's got that beat. Hell, actually, I think Go-Go 13's been going on since the late 60s.
Oh yeah, that one. They did a series to that one, didn't they? As well, Go Go.
Yeah, there was an animated series. There were like three movies, I think.
Oh yeah, there's Go Go 13, the one that Kurt loves, and if
Oh yeah, Kurt loves that one.
yeah, and then was it the Bee Queen, the
Yeah,
something?
yeah, Queen Bee, I think. I think that was it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I can't think of what the third one was.
yeah. I just checked. Yeah, Go-Go 13's been written and illustrated by still by Takao Saito since 1968.
Wow, that might be the oldest then.
Yeah.
It's a good series, though.
Yeah, I have not read it, but yeah, I've heard if what Kurt, I mean, like I have Kurt or in your word to go off of when where it goes as far as the movie goes that it's good. Yeah, but and I probably should see that movie at some point.
Oh yeah, put it on your bucket list.
Yeah, you're not kidding. Yeah, yeah. Looking up Go-Go 13. Holy shit, there was even a live action thing.
Was it?
It says
I
in
didn't.
1973 they produced a live action. Toei Company produced a live action film simply called Go-Go 13,
I didn't know about that.
and it was followed by Go-Go 13 Assassin Kowloon in 1977.
I'm gonna have to look those up.
And it had holy shit, it had Sonny Chiba in it.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Wow. Damn.
And in 2011, an American film company got the rights to do an American remake. Uh,
Of
that
course
could
they
be
did.
either that could that one has that could either be really good or really bad.
If they were gonna make anyone work, it'd probably be that one though.
Go-Go 13 is probably like about the only manga anime that an American company could probably do.
Yeah.
I mean, like, you know what? Now that I think about it, I mean, like, as far as I know, they didn't even really specify whether or not Go-Go's even Japanese, right?
Um. No, I'm not actually sure if he is Japanese because he goes all over the place. So his
Yeah, but I'm
heritage
just
could
saying,
be
like,
anything.
even with how little we know about him, like, they never really describe, like they've never really described where he's from or anything. Like they never
No.
say if he's Japanese or if he's American or if he's some other ethnicity or nationality. They don't say it. He's just
No. Yeah. So you know that shouldn't be a problem casting him if they were going to do it.
yeah. I guess like yeah, you could. This is a character that could work as a white guy. He just has to have the basic look down. Oh, here's something funny. Like Queen Bee. Do you know who does the voice for Gulgo in that?
Who?
John DiMaggio.
Seriously.
Yes. It's
Damn.
He's done. It's Bender.
I haven't actually seen that movie, so God, now I'm pitching him with Bender's voice.
Picturing Gogo saying, "Bite my shiny metal ass."
Okay. That would be funny yet slightly disturbing at the same time.
Yeah, it would. It would. It would. It'd be fucking hilarious though. But yeah. All right. Let's see. Okay, now if I remember correctly, we started. We started at like what 7?
It was about 3 from my time, so it's coming up 4:30 for me.
It's coming up 9:30 for me. So yeah, we've been at this for almost 2-3 hours. Might be. This seems
All
like
right.
it's a good place to stop. To leave off for now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks guys for dropping in, and don't worry, we're still gonna have more. All right.
Yes, we will.
See you next week.